How are you gonna jump the very first second of the video? Don't do it. Okay, so I just wanted to do a quick little video, just kind of going over what we've done the past 2 days. I've been loading him to a clicker. So it's just the click, every time I click, I present food. So that way the clicker then takes on the good feelings of food. So every time he does something that I like, I click to mark that moment in time, and then he learns that that brings, continuing to do that behavior, whatever it is, brings food to him, announces food. So right now, because I'm just trying to strengthen his response to the clicker, I am just clicking every time he looks at me and then presenting the food and letting him chase my hand around and things like that. He, as you know, he has a lot of energy. He's very, as you called it, spirited. So I'm using movement right now as something that he naturally does, just in my benefit. Before I move on, I do want to say that he really likes this thing right here. It's just a little like food dispenser, and he's been playing around with it. So for the future, it's something you might want to consider. It's nice to just kind of preoccupy his time and mental stimulation. If you're using his meals in that instead of him just eating out of a bowl, it's something that he can, you know, be mentally stimulated and have a good time while he eats his food. Now we don't worry about weight gain and things like that. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to move around the room, and every time he looks up at me and gives me attention, I'm going to click and mark that moment. And we're still in the process of conditioning the clicker response, so it's not 100% yet, just because it's only the second day here. So sometimes I have to give a little bit of leash pressure because he disengages from me. Yesterday there was nothing in the room, and this time there was like balls and toys and that thingy in the room, and then my little puppy's over at the door making noises, so that's what he's talking about and using choice words at. So every time he looks at me, good boy, I just present that food. So the click is happening first, and then I'm showing him the food because I want him responding to the click and not my movements, because at some point in time, I need the movement of my hand and my body to be something neutral, and I don't want him responding to those cues, because I will be using the clicker to shape new behaviors and to sort of counter conditioning and things like that. Sorry if me moving around is making you dizzy. I'm just trying to keep him busy. I'm using his natural prey drive to build his enthusiasm in taking a reward. So instead of just like smashing food into his face, I'm letting him chase my hand and move into it. So it's going to build a little work ethic also. So instead of just a neutral plastic, stationary hand, he's got to work hard to catch up to that hand. What? Ooh. And we're doing this in a very low distraction setting right now, just to set him up for success. I don't want to have too many competing motivators, because then he's not going to pay attention to me at all. But we'll use this as we go into new environments where the distractions are higher and there's more things happening around us, and I can use this to teach engagement in those new settings. Give me this. So that's the clicker, and then I liked what we've been doing also is working on establishing a place command, which for him, that's so scary right now. For him, it's going to be something that I use to build impulse control. So we have engagement with me, and then we need impulse control to where he's not responding to everything happening in his environment. So just like the clicker conditioning, this is going to start at a very, very low distraction setting to set him up for success. What is that? Are you scared of this thing? Biggie! Good. So because I want him to remain on here, I'm going to use a different marker. Okay. Good. I'm going to use the word good. Good. Because that's going to be the word I use to build duration in each behavior. Good. I want that to be a little bit more of a relaxing marker. So when he goes into a behavior that I like, I'm going to the word good to show him that I want him to remain in that behavior. Good. So good means I'm bringing food to him. And then okay is going to be our neutral release, meaning he can come out of behavior. The click means I like what you did right there, come get food for me. So it's kind of the in-between of the good and the okay. Click means I like that, come get food. Good means I like that, stay in that behavior. Okay means you're done with that behavior. Hope that makes sense. Good. Good. And I want to pay him pretty frequently to keep him engaged. I'm using eye contact. Good. Just as another way to mark. Good. Killing two birds with one stone. Good. Good. Creating neutrality in my movements, so just moving around a little bit to show him that me moving doesn't mean that the behavior is over. Good. Okay, on there, what are you doing? Okay. Very nice. Okay. So see with that, clicks, just to kind of build enthusiasm. Once he goes into behavior and shows me the thing I'm looking for, I'm going to click and mark that moment. But once I'm ready to start building that duration, good. I'm going to use the word good instead of a click. The click essentially means the behavior's over. Good. 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 Okay. Very nice. All right. Nothing too exciting. It's only our second day, but he's doing really good. I want him again to get all of the stuff down in this neutral location, this neutral setting, not a lot of distractions, before we really start asking for things with all those competing motivators happening around. Yeah. All right.